Hey everybody, how we doing today? My name is Michael.
And I'm Dione.
And welcome to Misfits Adventures. Hey, we're fixing some stuff today. We fixed some stuff yesterday too. We bought a new curtain rod.
Yep.
And we took down the old blinds that Max tore completely up. And that was like where the dinette is. We'll show you that. Today we're going to go to Lowe's real quick and we're going to buy some black paint. Because when I sit there and watch my TV and edit and I look over and all I see next to me is the stove, it's all rusted and it's all nasty looking. So yeah, we want to spruce that back up again. Also, I want to look for a track. I didn't do it the last time, but we got a piece of wood, real thin pieces of birch, I think it was, really nice wood, and it was cheap. And we made a little gate for Max. And so we're supposed to use it, but it really doesn't slide very well in and out. So yeah, we're gonna go and check that out and see if we can find a little piece of plastic one I can just screw down into the camper itself and then have it right in that track on the bottom of it, and it'll go in and out easier and better. And yeah, so we're gonna do that today. And then probably not much of anything else. We want to start doing Christmas videos. So this is going to come out like, I don't know when, but it's Christmas time already. And there's Christmas lights, and I can't not go out and find Christmas lights. So tonight, I don't know if we're going to show it on this video or what, but we're going to go out and do the Christmas lights and check that all out. And yeah, we'll have a nice little Christmas video like we've been doing. All right, guys, so we're going to go down to the Lowe's, and we're going to go get some junk so we can fix some stuff.
Yep.
All right, guys, get in the truck. All right, guys, so we are in the truckster and we're heading out to Lowe's. Max is waiting for that window to open up so he can look for squirrels. So that's his day planned out. All right, Max? All right, we're getting going here. So we just got here at Lowe's. We're gonna run inside and see what they've got for paint. I don't know if we want a textured paint or not. Max can go inside this time because he usually doesn't get to go any place. But when we go to Lowe's, they always let dogs in at Lowe's, and they always let dogs in at Home Depot as long as they're good D dogs, and he's a good dog. So he'll go chase and look around for squirrels or rats and mice and stuff. That's what he does. So all right, guys, we're gonna go inside. We're gonna try to find what we gotta get, and we'll take you with us. Come on.
Let's go down.
Yeah, Max loves Lowe's. He can go inside, and everybody likes them. Short leash, Mom. Short leash. You gotta do what you gotta do. He just wants to smell things. Max likes to smell everything, so this is their exit. I'm gonna see if I can sneak into the exit. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna go down here to the spray paint first, and should be down around this corner over here. And we're going to get some spray paint for the door of the oven because I'm tired of looking at it. So we'll check out the paint now. So here in California, they lock up all their spray paint cans everywhere you go. Even in O'Reilly's and AutoZone and all those places. So all their spray paint cans are usually locked up. But today this one's open. It says you got to be 18 years old to buy them. I guess the huffing of the paint or the tagging is the reason. So this is what we did. These are the ones that are here and open, and we don't have to call anybody. So I think what we're going to do is we need something heat resistant. So high heat or ceramic coating. I don't know what the difference is. This one's black, I'm sure, flat black. Yep. And that would be pretty cool, huh? Because it does get hot, but it doesn't get 2,000 degrees.
No.
No, but it's Rust-Oleum, so that means it won't rust. So all we got to do is clean up that metal and we can use it. And yeah, we should be okay with that, right? Okay, so that's one first thing we need. Next thing we need, we're going to look for a track. The track we're going to find is for the sliding door that we keep Max out of the dining room, which we haven't really shown you yet. We're not finished with it yet. So okay, so now we're going to go check that out. So they said aisle 17 maybe in hardware. All right, let's go down to hardware. Got to walk all the way down to 17 while she rattles her can. We're not clear. We're still walking. I got everything roped off over here. All right, so we go down to 17. And we're gonna look around for it. Should have done is got one of these, and then we wouldn't have to have a track or anything. We can just put it up and take it down. But we didn't do that. So now we're looking for the track and I don't see one yet. So we'll keep looking here. Door bifold doors. This is for all the doors, sliding doors. Door locks. Hinges. Seems going to be a problem here. We'll have to ask another person. Here, probably not. Ones I'm looking for are plastic. And you can use them for like a little vanity door to slide open and shut. I don't know. Small hinges again. Second place for that. I don't see it. But these are all door sweeps and stuff like that. I'm just looking for a track. And I don't know if you all know what I mean. They're usually about so wide, and some of them have 2 tracks in it. Like in your medicine cabinet, when the old-fashioned ones, when you have the little glass and you just slid them over. That's what I'm looking for. So we're still at Lowe's. We found what we were looking for. And it's this piece of metal now, I guess. This is the only thing we can get. The ones I wanted were like this, only it had holes and it was just a regular track. And some of them have 2 tracks on them, but you can buy them with 1. But this will work because we're just gonna put holes in it, screw it down, and run that piece of wood that I'll show you when we get home. Little piece of plywood, which was right over there when we bought it, and they're gone. So they kind of sold out of them. This is the last piece of birch, and it was $20. But this stuff is really, really, yeah, it's the same stuff. It's really good. I like it. Ours was cut. It was a 4x4 sheet, and we got one of them, and we used it for that little door for Max, for him, and then the rest of it we ended up using. I've got it hid away because I want to make closets, shelves for all our clothes instead of using the bag that's hanging up in there. In that case, I'm going to need some more wood later on. So before we leave here, we're going to use this kind of wood for the top of the back of my seat in the camper, where we hang her TV trays, Dione's TV tray, and where Max's door is. So this will be at the top, and then the bottom will be the track, and that will hold that door, and we'll just put a little handle on it, and we can slide it in and slide it out, and it'll be easier. Yeah, we had one of the leads here, or I guess I think he was a manager of some sort. He helped us pick out what we needed, and he was a really nice guy here. So if you guys need anything, go to Lowe's. I think it's better than Home Depot's. All right, we're gonna go over and pay for this over there. All right, so we're leaving Lowe's. We got everything we needed. We got the track, and we got some paint, black paint for the door. And we're gonna go home and at least fix the oven, right? We're not gonna fix the door. I got more stuff I need to buy for the Max's door. I wanna make it right and make it look good. I don't wanna just throw it all together and everything like that, so. All right, we're gonna get to the truckster and we're gonna head off. Come on, let's go. So we got one more errand that we're gonna do, and we can't bring you So we're gonna meet you guys at home and show you what we're doing at home. All right? So yeah, we just got back from Lowe's, and we made another little stop. And we didn't get any donuts. We didn't get any burgers for Max. So Max is a little upset. But we're gonna go inside. I'm gonna get this door cleaned up and painted today before the sun goes down. It's about 3 o'clock now, so we got about 2 hours before this all is an impossibility to do, because we want to use the oven tonight too. So we're gonna go inside and show you what we're doing. So we're home. This is the piece of wood that we bought. There's more of it. I mean, there was a big 4x4 piece. We got to just take those little stickers off, and we got to paint the other side of it. But this metal plate will go up against the wall here, and it will go all the way down like that. And then we'll use this as a slide. See how it slides in and out? I'll show you. Because the reason we need to have a slide here is because there's an outlet there, and because these are up here, which we're going to have to take down. I want to take that piece of wood that I showed you. It was a, I don't know, 2 by 1/2 inch, whatever. I want to put that up here, but I want to put it to where there's something underneath it, so it hangs down over this, and it keeps it locked in. So the metal one that we bought, it'll be screwed down to the ground, and then there's going to be a piece of wood that comes off and comes down, and we'll be covering it up. But then we have the piece of wood here that we can put these back up, and we can still hang her TV tray, see, like we do. And then we also put over there, we put the broom in the corner, turn it around, there you go. And then what else do we put over there? The flashlight. So we want to make sure the track is on, so when I push this in like this, it actually goes and doesn't mess up all the other stuff. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think so too. But the only problem is we're going to have to cut it here. We're also going to have to put probably 3 screws down or 4 screws down on the rail itself. And then when we do it, we're going to have to countersink each one of the holes so that when this slides over the screws, it doesn't stop it. So this is not really what I wanted. What I wanted was a track, and they're plastic or they're wood, and they're probably about this deep, and they're on the ground. And yeah, so I was gonna try to put one up here and one down there of those, and that way it just would automatically slide. What it's gonna do is move our heater. Yeah, this stuff here comes from our faux leather couch and all this stuff. I want to get rid of all this stuff here. Look at how everything is. Max, what do you want? Just to be petted, okay. And anyway, so I want this to be able to go across without that down there. Of course, it'll be locked in. But this goes across here and just kind of goes into here like that. And that keeps Max from going on the other side, keeps him from getting up there, and keeps him getting on the table and everything else. And we really don't want him on the table anymore. He ruined the blinds. He's ruined everything that's been up in the window. He's ruined the table and broke it several times by getting up there because he's 20 pounds. And he sits up there, doesn't he? So, poor Max, you're not going to be able to do that anymore, right? Is this oven. Now when I sit here and look at it, I'm going to shine this really bright super light on it here. You can see how nasty that looks. So we were going to take the whole door off, but Dione took 2 screws, one up on top on each side and one on the bottom on each side, and then go ahead and take it off because it's off. Yep, and then there's a big piece of insulation that was right here. So we're going to take off the handle when we do this. She's going to go outside and wash that really good, as you can see. And I'm going to shine this light on it for her. Yeah, and the reason why it rusted, to be honest with you, was basically just because we put wet towels on it all the time. And you can see, look at it. Show the camera. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Look at it over here. Yeah, really rusty. All right, so she's gonna go clean it up outside. And yeah, we're gonna fix this all up and we're gonna get this all straightened out and everything is gonna be good. So now that we've got the surface of the front of the oven all cleaned up, I didn't really sand it down. We don't have any sandpaper, so we use the scrubby that you do your dishes with. It's kind of a 3M type of a scrubby. So we're just going to start painting it around the sides. Everything's dry. And yeah, so it shouldn't be long. We'll have a nice painted front end of our oven anyways. All right, I'm gonna start painting this, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So we'll see how this looks when it's dry. Meanwhile, Dion's coming out to check out my work here. Yeah.
It'll work.
Yeah. Once it dries, I'll put another coat on. It's a little bit funky in here. It's drying there, and it's just too thick in here. But it'll look like this when it's done. It won't be shiny. Should we put it more?
Another coat?
Well, I'm going to later, but I mean, should we put some
Clear coat on it?
something?
I can get a clear coat tomorrow at work.
I don't know. I don't need to do that.
Well,
But that's what it's going to look like when it's done.
headlights.
So anyways, yep. We'll let you know what it looks like when we get it in the house. All right, guys, this is what it looks like after we put it on. Here is the oven. It really is not the same color. This is still dirty up here. It's not the same color at all. We're gonna have to go ahead and put some clear coat on that. It feels good. It feels really nice. I'll sand it down a little bit more, so that'll be the under, and then I'll put a clear coat on top of it and just shine up a little bit. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that that's what that looks like. We only had to take off these two screws up here, as you can see, and then there was two down there, and that was it. And we've got it all painted. It looks good. It's not rusted anymore. Hopefully it looks okay. I don't know. So yeah, we're planning on going later on tonight and trying to find some Christmas tree lights. We kind of were on our way home. We drove through the neighborhood, and like there's a bunch of houses way out in there, and I bet you they all have Christmas tree lights. What do you think? So maybe the next video that we do will have a bunch of Christmas lights and celebrating Christmas. And meanwhile, we're gonna go in the house and relax. It's I thought it was later than it was. It's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30 by now, I think. And yeah, we're gonna figure out something else to do. The track I'm not gonna do for the dog door until probably next week when I'm off. Yep, I think it's gonna be next week. I'll finish that up. I don't even know if it's gonna be then, because I wanna do the whole, seat. I wanna take the seat out because it's falling apart, and I want to fix it all up and make sure it's all glued and tight. I want to actually make it a little bit higher than it is, because I'm like all the way down to the ground. I feel like I'm sitting on the floor. So yeah, so there's a lot of projects we need to do before March. It's only December, but Christmas is coming, and we do want to get those Christmas lights and make it pretty. I was kind of stupid, like usual. I went ahead and we brought all our Christmas lights from storage, and I put them over here, and I put them in the cooler. Well, that's where they've been stored all this time. So we had them in the cooler. I took them out of the cooler. The cooler had half water in them, so all this has been underwater. But it looks like they're all weatherproof. They're all sealed. I don't know if they still work. One way to find out is to just try them. And then these were also, but look, there's water pouring out of this one. That one's not going to work. All of these other ones, these are all plugged ones. I bet you they still work. What do you think? I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to give them another day out of here. Supposedly it's supposed to rain in the next day or two, so I'll get rid of them from here and put them someplace where they can dry out even more. But yeah, that was kind of stupid of us. So we're gonna go inside and regroup, maybe have a beer and a glass of wine. We're gonna eat dinner a little earlier tonight so we can go out. But yeah, you see what we're doing anyways. Everything's good. We haven't had problems with the hot water heater other than it not heating up as hot as it should. But then again, the water here, we have probably 50 gallons of water, not even that, probably about 20 gallons of water in the hose, and that is not good. So it's cold all the time. So when it goes to the hot water heater's got to work really super hard just to keep it hot, and then as it's filling itself back up, it's cooling itself down. So yeah, you got to take real quick bursts of showers is what we do. All right, so we're gonna go inside and we're gonna see what we're doing in here. If not, we'll see you later. Hey, well, it's the next day. Dione is at work, and it's the afternoon, and I had to edit some of the video today, and I'm not quite done with it yet, but I want to show you what we're doing here. What does it look like? This is what we're doing here. We are actually going to make some broccoli soup. I even might make broccoli and cheese soup. I was going to make potato soup with some bacon in it. And Dione says we have all this broccoli that we need to get up. So these are the ingredients I'm going to use. I'm going to use an onion, some celery, some carrots. I like to fortify the green flavor with spinach. Gives it really a nice flavor to it. Here's the broccoli that I will kind of boil down and keep the florets. I'll chop down the stems, and we're going to actually use the food processor or the blender over here. I use chicken stock, and this is the chicken stock we always use. And like I said, this is going to be really good. So what I'm going to do first with the broccoli is I'm going to go ahead and cook it down. But I only have one pot, and I do want to eat dinner tonight. And I'm going to have an artichoke for dinner and some soup, I guess. But I wanted the artichoke really bad tonight, so I went ahead and bought one of those. So I'm having artichoke. I'm going to boil that down. Usually it takes about 45 minutes for that to cook down. And then I'm going to take that same water, because it's probably good water. It's going to have a little salt in it, and it's going to have all the flavor from the artichoke. And then I'm going to use it for the broccoli. And then I'm going to use some of that water into the blender, and I'll add some heavy cream into it, or some half and half. I don't think we even have either one of those. I think all we have is milk. So I will make a little bit of a roux with some butter and some flour, and to thicken it up. And then I'm going to put some cheese. I'll shred some cheese at the end and put it all in and stir it all up. And you're going to see how good it is. So we'll get started here in a few minutes. I just got to let this thing cook. So we got 45 minutes before I can start cooking. All right, well, I'm actually waiting for my dinner to cook, the artichoke. I went ahead and cut up all the stems here. I've got all the broccoli florets here. I'll separate those out. So onions, I got some garlic in there, carrots, and celery. And I'm going to take this and cook this all down in a pan first. I'm going to boil the florets, and I'm going to boil the spinach just a teeny bit to parboil them. And then I'm going to put them in a blender. So, Max is pretty spoiled when it comes to his food. He likes it in bed, believe it or not. We've been giving him this Little Caesars. It comes in a big tube. It's the fresh stuff. And he really, really likes it. It's got all sorts of bits of real vegetables in it. It's got some cranberries in it. There's a little piece right there. You missed a piece. Look, you missed one. Right there. Right there. You gotta get that piece. No? Yeah, it had cranberries in it. Did you like that? It has cranberries in it, and it has some sweet potatoes in it. And he thinks it's the best stuff in the whole wide world, don't you? Yep. All right, well, I'm going to make my dinner now, Max, okay? Yep, he says. So Max is fed. Now it's I got to cook for Dione and I. So what I'm going to do is I got the artichoke done. The water's here. I got all these just little florets here. All I'm going to do is steam them a little bit. So this is probably not the best way to do it. I'm probably not going to do it that way because I don't think this is really heat proof. It's microwave proof. I don't think it's boiling proof. So I'll scoop them out in this. But I'm going to cover them up for a few minutes. There's already a little bit of salt in the water, and there's already cooked an artichoke in there, so it's got a little bit of flavor to it so far. So we're going to build flavors right now, okay? So when this is par cooked and it looks really pretty, then I'm going to dump some of the water out, or most of the water out, put it in a bowl over here and reserve it. And then I'm going to take that pan and I'm going to put some oil in it, and I'm going to saute all this stuff up here. I am also going to take this and put it in there and boil it down just for a few minutes. This is the stems of the broccolis, and they're a little bit hard. And you can see the celery's here, the onions here, and I'll saute all this up here. But that, I want to boil it down just a little bit to get it tender, and then I'll go ahead and I'll put it into the saute pan and finish it cooking it. And then last but least, we're going to use our Ninja. We got this really cool Ninja. It actually heats up, it makes soups, it does everything. You can make any type of infusions with it. You could make anything with this thing. I sent Dione out to get a blender so we can make some shakes or margaritas, and she came home with this because it was a deal. It was like $130, and it's a $200 one. It was brand new, so it's got a cleaning mode, it's got all these different functions to it, and I don't really know how to work all of it because I haven't really worked too much of it, but we're going to do it that way. Max really hates it when we cook, and he whines a lot, and he follows us around in the house. Reason being is because our smoke detector goes off a lot. It's real sensitive, and it's a small little area, and yeah, it's going to go off. And his little sensitive ears doesn't like that, does it? No, doesn't. So, unfortunately, he freaks out every time we cook with the fans turned on. I got to go back and turn the fan on, matter of fact, because I left it off, and we're boiling stuff, so I'm going to get back to cooking. All right, so you can see, these are the broccoli florets. I just cooked them. I don't want to lose that green beautifulness. I'm going to use some of those. I'll reserve some of these to put in the soup to make it this crunchiness into the soup itself. And then right now, so what I'm doing, I am actually just cooking down the stems and stuff just to get them a little tender. And then I'll put those and drain those off. I'll drain the water out, keep some of this water like I said, and dry the pan out. I'll put a little bit of butter in it, so I'm saying the onions and the garlic and the carrots and the celery, and then I'll take all that, combine it into the blender, and when I put it in the blender, I'll mix it all up, make it smooth. But then like I said, I've reserved some of those florets, and I'll put it in later, and then I'll just put it into the back into the pan and cook it a little bit longer. I don't have any cream, and I didn't buy any, half and half, so we do have some milk. I'm going to use milk. I might have to make a little roux, or just use a corn slurry, which is just cornstarch and a little teeny bit of water, and then you put it in and it thickens it up. So I might do it that way, but we'll see how it thickens anyway. So I always do that at the end. All right, and then I got to shred some cheese, like I said, and put it over the top. It was a long process, it seems like, but not really. This whole thing is taking me no more than about 20 minutes. I just was cooking something else in between. I'm using one pot though, one pot. So I've got some butter, and I'm melting some butter in the pan here. Seems like a lot of butter, but it's really not. I'm going to put the roux in there too, which is going to be the flour after I get the vegetables all sauteed. So I'm going to take this and let this melt all down. Start throwing in. Those are the stems that I just boiled those down a little bit. And then I have some celery and carrots. I'm going to cook all these down. There's some garlic in here. And it really doesn't matter how you chop this up because you're going to put it in a blender anyways. So we're just going to throw it all in. There we go. Get all of it up off the counter. I have a scraper, but I can't do two things at once, and I can't hang this camera up over the oven or the stove top. That would not be good. So, got the spatula. This is where we're going to start building flavors too. We're going to cook this down a little bit. I'm going to put some salt, pepper, thyme, and maybe a little bit of garlic powder, just a little bit. If you have white pepper, it's better. We're going to use coarse black pepper, so you're going to actually taste the coarse black pepper in the soup itself when it's cooking. All right, we're going to let this simmer. I'm going to season it up, and then I'll show you what we do next. So it's cooking away right now. I went ahead and I seasoned it, salt, pepper, little thyme into it. Smells really, really good. We'll saute this all down. These big chunks we're going to put into the blender anyways, so we just want to soften them, flavor them, and then we're going to put a little bit of flour onto it to make a roux. After these are sweated down just a little bit more and really nice and soft, and then we'll put it in the blender and start putting the spinach in and the broccoli in, and you know something, it'll be soup in about 10-15 minutes. My time. Alright, so I went ahead and sauteed these down. Actually, I used almost a half a stick of butter in it. I put a bunch of flour in it just now, so we're going to cook all this flour down. And once we cook all the flour down and get that cooked off and cooked everything a little bit more, then I'm going to put it all in the blender. I'll show you what I did in the blender in just a second. So let's do that. We'll keep stirring that up, browning that flour that's in the vegetables. So all that is the carrots, the celery, the onions, the garlic, and then we had the butts of the broccoli, and I chopped those up. I boiled them down just a little bit. Now I put the roux in to make a roux. So I used a bunch of butter, some flour. I used about 2 ounces of flour, maybe a little over 4 ounces of butter. So yeah, the vegetables are going to cook up a little bit. You can see where it's going to scrape the pan. I'll show you what I'm going to do after this. Now check out this. This is spinach. It's a chicken stock, and it's some of the liquid from when we boiled the artichoke and we boiled the broccoli. So I took all the spinach and shoved it down in there, put some garlic in it. I put some thyme, salt, and pepper, and a little bit more garlic in it because I like garlic. And then I pushed the button down here and pulsed it, and we got it whipped up a little bit. I'm going to take that mixture and pour it everything back into here and then blend it all up is what I'm going to end up doing. All right, let me get to work. All right, so this is what I did. I sauteed the vegetables. I put some flour into it to make a roux with the butter. I sauteed them all down, and I put them in this, which was the spinach with a little bit of chicken stock and the boiling stock that I boiled everything in, and then seasoned it again. So this is going to be tons and tons of flavor when it's cooked. So now we're going to put it on the blender. All right, so here's the blender. I'm going to turn it on. You'll see all the lights go on and off. Turning it on here. I got this locked in and it's up there. And I'm going to put it on low. And I'm going to put it on blender. And it'll pulse just a minute. Okay. So now you can see that we have it on. I can actually finish cooking it in here if I wanted to, but I'm actually going to put it on the stovetop. I'm going to take these florets now and drop them in. Now it's going to be cream broccoli soup. And I'm going to leave some of the baby florets that are really pretty ones, and I'm going to leave those to put on top for a garnish as we serve it. So, as you can see, I blended it. It's all pureed. It's actually no cream in it whatsoever yet. So I'm just going to let this sit up a little bit. We're going to just keep stirring it on the fire and let that flour thicken it up. It's in with it. And then we're going to thin it back down with some milk. That looks like some pretty good soup right now, but it's a little grainy. If you want your soup to be really super pureed, then you could take it and put it through a strainer, and it would make it silky smooth. Yep. All right, so what I'm going to do next is put some milk in it. All right, so now I'm going to pour this milk in. About that much. Make it a good portion. And it should thicken up as it heats up. Maybe put a little bit more in. See how it goes. We're also going to put maybe a little Parmesan cheese on top. Let that go into it, get that a little bit more flavor. little salty, briny taste to it. Yep, that's all there is to that. We'll put a little bit more in. It should thicken up. Okay. So that is my broccoli soup. I do have these little florets that when I serve it, I will put in. They are fully cooked and they're really nice and tender. So yeah, so these little florets will go on top, and a little cheese on top of those too, maybe. And then we'll be nice hot cup of soup, and the cheese will melt all in it, and it'll be yummy, yummy. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna finish this off. I'll take some pictures and we'll post that up on our Patreon account for you guys to see how it turned out. And maybe I'll take a couple pictures of it and put it on the end of this video or something. But yeah, I'm gonna start cooking some other food for tomorrow. Dione and I both have to work all the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so there's not gonna be much time to do anything. So, we're going to wrap this up right now. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all. Dione appreciates you. Max also appreciates you. He's laying on the couch right now, wanting me to take him out again just to look for mommy because he doesn't go potty. But anyways, yeah, come back and see us next week. Meanwhile, you can always get on our website, Misfits Adventures, and you can check out our blog that Dione writes. We do have our YouTube account on there that you can just go directly over and see all of our videos. All our photos, everything's on there. We have the GoFundMe page that you could guys leave us a big tip, which is great. Merry Christmas, happy birthday, Mike. My birthday is December 8th, which is past. And then, let's see, what else is going on? Oh yeah, you can get on Patreon. Check out Patreon. Here's the little slide that I've been showing for Patreon. Patreon is now open. There's 3 tiers, so go check those out. And it actually will bring a community together, so that's what we want to build. We want to build a community with all our friends and family, and you know, and just celebrate life and traveling and sharing our adventures with everybody. That's what it's all about, and that's why we started. So guys, we will see you next week. Sign up for Patreon. Click right below here, and you know, you can like, subscribe, and then after you subscribe, ring the bell, and it'll go ding. And when it goes ding, then hey, we'll give you notifications every time we have a video out, which is every Sunday, 6 o'clock in the morning. So guys, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you again. Christmas videos hopefully coming up. We went out and got some footage, not too much. We're going to try to find some more before Christmas so we can get these out. But yeah, we want to do a Christmas video like we've done in the past. If you want to see the one in the past, I'll put a link down below and you can check that out too. All right guys, bye guys, have a good one. Dione sends her love, and Max says he's just wanting mommy to come home. All right, man. Love you all. Be good. Be kind.